How many decisions do you think you've made today? 10, 20, 30, maybe 100? The truth is that we make thousands of decisions every day. These include what to eat, what to wear, how to brush our teeth, whether to wear our seatbelts, and many more. Most of these choices occur automatically and unconsciously, driven by the information stored in our minds about our preferences and our perceptions of what is good or bad. Our brains are structured this way so that we can function. If we had to consciously think through every decision, we'd be overwhelmed and unable to process all the information around us. So how are our brains able to make so many decisions? They use heuristics, simple rules of thumb that help us make decisions quickly and easily. For example, imagine you're trying to pick an ice cream flavor from 31 different options. How do you choose? Tasting each one would take forever, and the people in line behind you would get annoyed. Instead, you could pick something you've had before and you know you like. This is an example of a heuristic. Choose something you know you like. You get to eat something you enjoy and decide quickly. Our brains love these shortcuts, but sometimes they can cause us to make poor choices or mistakes. When they do, we call them cognitive biases, and there are a lot of different kinds. There might be over 200, depending on who you ask. Here's an example of how a cognitive bias can affect our reasoning. Picture Tom. He's smart, logical, detail-oriented, and has a strong sense of right and wrong. Do you think he's more likely to be a lawyer, a farmer, or an art teacher? Most people would say a lawyer, even though they don't have much to go on. This is an example of representativeness bias. Since Tom represents what many of us think lawyers are like, our brains take a shortcut and jump to that conclusion. However, if we look at the data, we learn that there are actually more farmers than lawyers. This means that Tom is more likely to be a farmer. Our brains also make quick decisions to try to protect us from things we think are dangerous. Imagine you're walking in the woods and see something brightly colored, slithering, and hissing. Your brain instantly tells you to avoid it, even if you don't know exactly what it is. This is helpful because if you take too long to analyze all the details, you could find yourself in a risky situation. But our brains aren't always great at knowing what's really dangerous. For example, when someone criticizes our beliefs, it can feel like an attack. Our brain might think we're in danger and try to protect us by making us want to fight back or avoid the conversation. This is why discussions about political or social issues can sometimes feel uncomfortable or lead to arguments. While making quick decisions can be super useful, the downside is that cognitive biases can narrow our thinking, lead to mistakes, and make us feel hurt or angry when our beliefs are challenged. The bad news is that we can't completely eliminate cognitive biases. But the good news is that understanding how our brains work can make us more self-aware, more open-minded, and help us handle tough conversations a bit better.